20, count that, $20,000 grant opportunity for you to start up your small business as an application that you can fill out in less than 10 minutes. As long as you've been watching my previous videos until the end, you know that I have told you time and time again that you should have already written the responses to the typical questions that grant administrators pose, just like I have structured on our spreadsheet where you could find links to information resources and application portals to grants and all kinds of resources for everyone. Just visit the Small Business Resources tab and click on this link, which reads bit.ly/scrapnote, which loads up this scrap document for some responses to a grant application for which I have applied on this channel. Click that top link, which opens up the grant replies spreadsheet. And here I have the responses to the questions that the grant administrators have posed on applications for which we have applied in the past. Right here. You do not want to copy these verbatim. You simply want to use this to structure your own responses on your own spreadsheet or whatever type of application you want to save that information to make the application process as quickly as possible. Now, I say that you should know this as long as you've been watching my videos until the end, because that is the way that the YouTube or the Facebook or the Instagram algorithm knows that it is information that you want to continue to consume. I don't care if you listen to the audio portion while you're scrubbing dishes or taking a shower, whatever constitutes your daily activity routine, as long as you consume the content and you have access to all the links, including, but not limited to, the grant opportunity that I am going to tell you about today. Let's continue session Antares Reach Grant Program for 2023. Now keep watching, because today we are going to try a whole new tactic that I have not shared on this channel, and many creators on several content platforms have not shared as yet. They do share these opportunities because you know that from the onset of the pandemic, since early 2020 through the end of it, I have been the one to help you fund tens of millions of dollars in economic injury disaster loan funding, over $3 million in PPP funding, other forms of government relief throughout the pandemic, probably the most disastrous circumstance that this country ever encountered. We have been surviving and thriving due to the information that I have relayed here. And I do not care if everyone else shares my content. Imitation is flattery. It doesn't matter, but we're going to try something new. We are going to try to be as effective as possible, because I want the number of people that win these grants that these organizations are offering to increase. We always see people reporting in the comments section. A lady just recently reported she won a $120,000 federal grant right on the comments section. Other people have won tens of thousands of dollars in rent relief and other grant programs from private organizations, and again, through the federal government, all kinds of resources available. There are new tactics. Now, these programs that are privately funded, they typically stand a single-digit chance of having people win, meaning that only a small proportion of the people that actually apply for this thing, from 0 to 10%, actually win these things. So there are other programs that we are also going to explore. We are going to show you these programs. Just go ahead and subscribe to our newsletter by visiting bit.ly/NeilRod. Enter your name, enter your email address, and the welcome email will link you to this spreadsheet where I have links to the program that I'm going to tell you about today. And I am going to again share more efficient tactics that will allow us to win more of these grants, and also find grant opportunities where at least 20% of the people that apply win the grants that these organizations are offering, as long as you apply for them. Again, Antares Capital is thrilled to launch the second round of the Antares Reach Grant Program, an initiative aimed at fostering inclusivity and empowerment within the entrepreneurial landscape. This round specifically targets entrepreneurs from historically underrepresented groups, HUGs, who are leading venture scalable businesses. I have told you that I have responses to the typical questions that these grant administrators pose. So for instance, I could fill this out, again, in less than 10 minutes, because if we visit this page, you'll see that on Hello Alice, the dashboard already pre-populates the responses that I have entered into previous grant programs that Hello Alice is distributing. So is this business 51% owned and operating by an individual who identify as a new majority owner, women, people of color, military affiliated, person with disabilities, or LGBTQ? Listen, even if you don't think that you are able to be classified under any of the categories just listed, say yes. Let them tell you no. And listen, a veteran, the Top V, you are in my program, the Top V program, Rod Squad. You are part of our community. So I am helping you and helping fulfill the mission of closing the over $11 trillion wealth gap from which underrepresented people, regardless of whether you are black, brown, yellow, green, purple, violet, or whatever, suffer. I don't care what is your ethnicity, but if you have not been born with a platinum blunt in your mouth, then yes, you need this type of assistance and whatever I can find in order to ensure that you will be guided to be anything you want to be. So select yes. Did your company generate at least $25,000 in revenue in 2022? Whether it's reported, do you agree to complete the business health score? This is an assessment that you complete. We can go ahead and do this now just to go through it. Let's see if they do that. Yes, my business and personal accounts are separate. You should have your business and personal accounts separate. These are also for liability measures because you want to ensure that your business always stays separate from your personal assets. I do this quarterly, 5 times or more. How I budget for my business, I create a detailed annual budget. Yes, it's protected. They say that they don't use this information to determine whether you are a grant winner. However, let's go for it. I regularly forecast the cash flow. Tell them that you are preparing and you are always as structured and organized as possible. They ask you questions about your credit history. 700, 80, who knows? I got an 80% overall health score, management practices, financial performance, and credit history. Let's go back to the Hello Alice and Tari's application. Then the Hello Alice program administrators go on to ask you information so you can identify yourself and your business, your name, your telephone number, whether you're a male, black, Hispanic. Do you identify as LGBTQ plus? No. Do you consider yourself to be an individual with disabilities? Do you have any military affiliation? Yes. A veteran. What is your age? 40 to 49. What's your path to business ownership? I did it myself. Purchase my business, personal savings, pitch competition, none of that. Remember, I used my sales to fund my business. What's the business name? Shovcom LLC. Then they ask you questions such as, what is your employer identification number? What is your business's website? I simply link them to YouTube/Rod Squad. Then they ask you, please select your business industry, the address of your business, and then we go into the more involved parts of the application. How would you describe your business? What are the products and or services you offer? Now, these are the responses that I have written beforehand on the grant replies spreadsheet. Again, you don't want to copy these word for word. They are simply templates or prompts, just as if you're a ChatGPT, right? From which you can structure your own responses, identifying, describing your own business. Please select the option below that best describes the stage of development of your product or services. Now, I'll leave this populated into the field for now. Again, I'm going to show you what we are going to do so we can increase the chance that many of you, yes you, my beloved viewers, win this thing. Is this company your primary source of income? Yes. How many full-time employees? Just me. How many part-time employees? 2 to 10. What percentage of your team is from a historically underrepresented group? 100. Please list 100. Please list the titles of the 2 to 3 most senior employees of the company. Managing director, Chief Technology Officer, CTO. Please provide an overview of their experience and expertise. How does their background contribute to the company's growth potential? And you can just come up with this stuff right here. Again, I am not going to submit this application as of right now, so I'm not even going to go and do this, but I'll show you what I'll do it after the video, show you what I write, and when I share this spreadsheet, you'll be able to see the response that I have to this. What is your company's revenue model? Please explain how you generate revenue and your plans for future monetization, all under 10 minutes, because you have most of the responses to these questions right here on the grant replies that you have structured for your business. The final clicks. I am not going to submit it. What we are going to do is click the support button right here. And again, if you have any questions about the grant program, I always tell you, get in touch with the administrators. How do you want to get in touch? Let's leave a message. Grant application and status. I really need this grant to serve my market that resides in underrepresented and underserved communities. What responses do you look for in an application that would win the Antares Reach grant money? Can I see the responses that winners of this grant and others offered through Hello Alice have entered? So basically, I am asking them to tell me what responses constitute a grant application from an organization that will ultimately win this grant. Thank you. Send. Bang. Thanks for reaching out. I'm not sure whether they are going to respond nonetheless, but if they do respond, perhaps they'll give us some more information on how we should structure our responses to the questions that the administrators of this grant program pose. Watch the video you see on the screen right now so I can share even more resources that will guide you to be anything you want to be.